and thank you so much for joining me for today's spread. Before I start with the prompt, I wanted to show you, so my journal is a tiny bit slimmer because I've taken out like I think 14 pages because it was getting too fat. It still is too much in my opinion, but that's all I could take out for now. Maybe I will glue some pages together at a later point, but for now I'm just gonna keep working with this. And to make it more chunky, I'm gonna add something today that will add a lot of bulk, so yay. So today's prompt for Junk Journal January is photograph. So what I did was I took a photo of a screenshot of this quote that I absolutely adore, that was on Instagram maybe a week ago or a week and a half ago. So I'm just cutting that down, and I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm going to do this single-sided spread using this month's Daphne's Diary from January. I'm so happy I splurged and got myself a subscription for this year, but I was very disappointed seeing my first issue because they sent it to me in German, although I wanted so on the website you had the option of ticking what language you want, and I definitely said English, and so I was so disappointed. I mean, sure, I can use all the images and some of the headings and stuff like this is all in English, but all the articles are in German, and I like to cut out the words and stuff, and most of them I can't because I don't use German in my journals. So I wrote them an email. Let's see what they come back with. I hope they can somehow rectify it. Anyway, so I'm using the images, and I have a few that I thought would work for this spread, so the ones you've seen just now, or I was thinking of using these lovely sculptural painting photographs. I really like those, so I thought maybe I would just incorporate these somehow. So and the problem was they had beautiful images on both sides of the page, so really tough decision what to use. And so I tore out this page, and I thought I would use my punch. I wasn't sure yet which one would fit with that beautiful rose image there, so I wanted to punch that out. Didn't know what I was going to use that for yet, but I knew I really wanted to incorporate this image. So now I'm just going to take my scalloped punch, and that fits absolutely perfectly. So now I have this beautiful rose, and I have this card. So what to do next? I had to do something with the background, and I really loved that image, so I decided to tear that down, and also even these roses I'm going to use in something else. So I was just tearing that down with my ruler because I wanted it to have a torn edge but not too raggedy, so the ruler is a good option for that. And it just happened to fit perfectly in the width, and now I'm just tearing it down to the right length, and I have the perfect background. Really love this. So I'm just gonna very quickly glue that down. I wish I could glue that fast in real life. Okay, so now thinking again, what can I do with those two elements? So next I thought, well, let me make a tag out of this photo. So I just clip off one side, put it on the other side, but you have to flip it over, and then you just use it as a template and cut the other side. That way they will always be equal. And now I'm inking up the edges, which it turns out was totally useless because obviously on a photo it's not gonna stay because you have a glossy surface, so afterwards it will rub all off anyway. Yeah, learning by doing, I guess, but I should have known that. So I inked up the beautiful rose as well, and I actually really liked that up there in the spots because that had kind of like an empty area. So then I wanted to add one of these beautiful sari silks, and they are from Good Karma Lama, from an Etsy shop. But I've heard from one of my lovely from one of my lovely subscribers that they currently are closed, unfortunately, because I think the owner is studying or something. So I don't know when they will reopen, so I'm so sorry. But hopefully they will reopen at some point, or hopefully if you really want some beautiful sari silk, you can find another Etsy shop that holds these. So I'm using mine now to make a little bow on this tag, just because. And then I also wanted to add this lace, because I thought that would work really nicely. This is unfortunately not a self-adhesive one, so I just had to add some glue in the back, and I'm just using regular transparent liquid glue for that, which is very difficult to get out of these bottles with these tiny nibs. Okay, excuse me. So now I'm just adding the tag with my taggy glue, and you can use any glue whatsoever. I would use a liquid glue for this though, or a double-sided tape would work as well. So, and then I think the last thing that's still necessary to, oh yeah, I have to glue that down as well. And then as the final touch, I'm just going to add the date. So I'm using my rotatable stamp, which is in my last AliExpress haul from December, if you want to look at the link there in the description box. And I'm using my pink, how do you pronounce that? Pink, it's not pony, pink pony. It's pink peony, maybe? Pink peony. Archival ink. So I'm just stamping the date there. And that is it for this spread. I must say this is one of the ones I really, really like, and I hope it gave you some ideas for your own spreads. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful day and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye!